Niggas are snitching to get the cake. Don't come around, remember you knowing your shit is fake. My hood, niggas ain't showing love to a fucking snake. I got love for my hood, so they give it back. When you real and give real, you gon' get it back. H-double-O-D, love, better remember that. If you a op, I got some shooters that'll bang your back. Coming out the east, I'm from New York, it's really sections. I can make a buck, I got a memo, making X. Real play and keep it ballin' with the Rock Anthony Edwards. You ain't claiming where I'm from, you gotta earn it, really pleasure.
That's that wrong route, you already know. That's that wrong route right now, Mikey B.
Y'all already know, man. Mr. Hood Love Mikey B. Y'all know what it is, man. Bad Mikey edition. Bad Mikey. Today we talking Bad Mikey edition. Y'all know what it is. Bad Mikey. Bad Mikey edition. Shit alive. You already know. Listen. Historical blood facts tonight. You know what I'm saying? Historical blood facts tonight. I'm gonna give y'all the real spill. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all share it alive. Make sure y'all share it to y'all OGs, the BGs, the YGs, whoever, the youngins. You want to make sure everybody get this tonight. This is going to be an epic one. I'm telling you some facts. You know what I'm saying? I've been tapping in. I tap in, check what's going on, see what's going on in the YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the building, man. You know what I mean? So I've been seeing what's going on in the YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? And the YouTube streets is tapping in on my content. You know what I'm saying? They tapping in on my content. Some of it's good content. It's all really good content. You know what I'm saying? China, you know what I'm saying? Smitty, the Crips is tapping in. Sean Prince. Big up to all them brothers. Big up to all them brothers. But I'm gonna give you the real historical spill here. You know what I'm saying? And some people is like using this, and some people's using the content that I'm bringing to YouTube, the new content. Some of it's new content. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I got stories. Y'all already know I was in line. So my stories is like legendary stories that's never been told on YouTube. So everybody's tapping on the content. I respect it. Once it come out here on YouTube, it's content. Anybody can, come in and share their voice and share their words. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give y'all the real deal spill. You know what I mean? Y'all already know what I do over here. I'm just being honest. Some of that is cap. I'm hearing a lot of cap. I'm hearing a lot of dudes trying to weaponize my content and use it against, the real rights, the real dudes, the real, the real Jesus out here doing the right thing. I'm hearing a lot of people trying to weaponize the content, and Bad Mikey can't go for that. I can't go for it. I'm just being honest. Some of the stuff I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's fake, but I'm going to question it no matter who it's coming from. If it's coming from a friend, if it's coming from a foe, Bad Mikey is going to check it. You know what I'm saying? Bad Mikey's going to check it. Yo, who's in the building? I see New York Nikki Baby. You already know. BQE, man. Queens get the money. You know what we do. What's up, Big Cat? What up? Who in the building? Yo, rep your hoods, man. Let's see who's in here, man. Who's in here? Yo, shit alive. I'm telling you, this is the one, you heard? Yo, what? King John, what up? Big Cat. You already know. You done know. Yo, Robert Bryant. Yo, listen. Bad Mikey has been on a delay. Bad Mikey was supposed to been back in the building. Bad Mikey was, yo, Mike Velez, what up? Yo, Crown, what up? 050 in the building. What's good? Yo, China, what up? Yo, listen. We got content tonight. I'm gonna give y'all some content. Did y'all peep the thumbnail? Did y'all peep the thumbnail? Who is that I got in the thumbnail? Let's start with the thumbnail. Who's in that thumbnail? Double G, what up? You already know. 90s in the building. That's what I'm talking about. 90s. My boy Great God. Great God is in the building. Yo, what up? Mr. Linrock, 82. Yo, listen. If the OGs ain't here now, they're gonna tap in later. I'm telling you now. If they are not here now, They're gonna tap in later. They're gonna tap in later. China's show earlier was great content. I can't lie. Do I agree with everything China says? Hell no. Y'all know me and China done had legendary battles on YouTube. Hell no, I don't agree with everything China say. I hate some of the shit China say. But when he's right, he's right. I just got to be honest over here, you heard? I got to give y'all the real spill. Some of the stuff China was saying was on point today. If y'all ain't checked China's live earlier, make sure y'all tap in and check that live because he did a good job. I don't agree with everything that he said today, but most of the content that he spit today was on the money, was on point. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Bad Mikey is in the building. I hope y'all got something nice and cold to drink. Get y'all ready for y'all Friday nights. Y'all going out. Y'all getting dressed. You know what I'm saying? This is it right here, right? I hear him talking about all the old school real rights, the old school dope fiends, the old school crackheads, the old school mooks. We get into all that tonight. I'm getting into all of that tonight, you heard? So I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you the real spill, the real deal on what everything was and how it really went. This is what I'm doing. Share this live. Old school dope fiends. Listen, if you got an uncle and you know he was messing around, make sure he tap in because this is his video. Woolies, tell all of them to tap in. This is their video. It's going to be a lot of content about them tonight. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of content about them dope fiends, and y'all know I was there. Y'all know I was high up. Y'all know I was high up in the ranks. You had to, you know what I'm saying? You have to look very high to see me. Y'all know I know all the tales. Do I choose to tell them all? Y'all know you know I was all the way up in the ranks. Everybody know that. Every unless you out the loop. Everybody know Bad Mikey was high up in the ranks. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Marcy in, yo, what up? Yo, Sean Prince, Jersey in, what up? Yeah, I see you working, Sean Prince. You see me tapping in? I see you working. But I got to check you about some of that stuff you was talking, Loke. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that you tapping in. You know what I mean? But some of that is fugazi. Just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Some of that is, I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to tell you how. You know what I mean? Yo, who up in here? Identify yourself. Who up in here? Nah, China did his thing. You already know. Free Magoo, free Frank White, free the peoples. You know what I'm about. I'm about freeing the peoples. I don't care about all the rest of that stuff, old school beefs, whatever happened. I'm about freeing the peoples. Free the peoples. That's that. I'm on that. Let's get them up out of there. Let's get right. Let's get in the community. Let's do the work that we need to be doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, the Bentley boys, yo, what up? That's AT&T. Yo, AT&T, yo, what up? Stop using these disguises, man. Use your name. Use your name, AT&T. Let the people know. Let the people know in the chat how you got me kicked out of college and they sent me to the box because of you, AT&T. That's them right there, Bentley boys. Let them know. Let them know who you are, AT&T. First medium I got dropped to, you got me kicked out the medium because you called out a homie gun to gun and they thought I was going to go crazy and they took me to the box. Let them know, AT&T. Let the people know what's going on here. You already know free I mean. That's right. Free TG, free Ty Guns, free the peoples. You already know. Free the peoples. E. James, what up, sis? You already know. R.I.P. O Diamonds. That's right. R.I.P. to my little brother O Diamonds. That's right, Great God. Yo, listen. This is the one. This is the one. So I've been hearing a lot of people tapping into the content. Smitty did some good shows. China, you know, he did some good shows. I brought the OG Mac story back to the internet in my own Bad Mikey way. Y'all know what I do over here. Y'all know what's going on Hood Love TV. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know the vibes over here. You know what I'm saying? And dude's been running with the content. You know, we giving y'all good information. Brothers that used to be, you know, gangbanging, used to be Ola. We giving y'all good information so the community could use this stuff to heal and to learn from it and to move forward. That's why we give y'all this information. But I see the information being weaponized. I see the information being weaponized. Yo, see, they finally came out talking about the East Coast section. It was all fake. OG Mac, they talking about he got everything from Monster Cody book. I heard Sean Prince saying that. I heard brother. Some of that is true. Some of that is true. We're going to start with this because I don't want to keep y'all, I don't want to hold y'all up. We're going to start with this. That ain't AT&T right there, Bentley boys? Oh, I thought you was AT&T. I thought you was AT&T. My bad. Because my bro AT&T, he got a Bentley type of name too. We're going to start with this. We're going to start this with the Dope Fiend. We're going to start this with the Dope Fiend homies. Yeah, Bentley boys. I thought you was AT&T. That's my word. I thought you was AT&T. He got a title that's close to yours with Bentley something in his name as well. I thought you was AT&T. But we're gonna start with this. We're gonna start it from the Dope Fiends. This is where we're gonna start this live from. We're gonna start this live with the Dope Fiends, the crackheads, the woolly heads that was a part of the gang structure. Right? Specifically Ola, but I'm going to talk about, you know, other gangs that these Dope Fiends, crackheads, cokeheads, woolly heads was in. You heard? Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? OFF, what up? Respectfully. First, we're going to start and say this. Mikey B, I never jacked a homie that I knew was using any of those substances. We're going to start it right there. Everybody from my block, all my day ones, y'all see me in pictures with these dudes. Y'all see me in Queens, in other places with my day ones. None of us use hard drugs. We ain't come up like that. Webb, Fly Tie, Marv, T2, AK, Ja, Glenn, Marley, Swar, Mook, all the guys from my block, from my hood that we came up with, we never used no hard drugs. To this day, I never touched none of that. To this day. And I ain't jacked no big homie that I seen and knew and I knew was using that. What people talk about is one thing. What I see and know is another, right? What I see and know is another. That's a whole different thing, you heard? Check it out. Check it out. You know, a lot of these dudes coming to the internet, they telling their stories. They telling you that they was partaking in dope. You hearing about other dudes that was using the dope. I never seen them. Just being honest. They ain't never sniffed a bag in front of me. Just being honest. You heard? Was there twerps in, you know, the world going around that certain people use the drugs? Of course it was. Of course it was. Just like all kind of other allegations was circulating about people. Some came out to be true. some came out to be false. More times they were true than they were false, the allegations. I'm just being honest. More times these allegations were true than false. Just to be real with y'all. Just to be real with y'all. Right? Check it out. Check it out. So we on dope fiends and crackheads right now, right? Dope fiends and crackheads, right? Were some of the best warriors that were recruited. Newsflash. Dope fiends and crackheads were some of the illest dudes that was coming through prison. Taking phones, holding it down once they got their weight back. Because, you know, they came through like this and then they blew right back up. I had a couple of dudes from my block that messed around. I had a couple of dudes from my block that messed around. They was running prison. Some of them was guard body. Some of them was regular neutral dudes. But they was running the jails. Dope fiends and crackheads were some of the toughest dudes in prison. Just being honest. When you hear about these rat hunters, when you hear about these old school Latin kings, when you hear about the ill netas, most of them was dope fiends. Most of these dudes you hear about was dope fiends. Some of my OGs that I grew up with, that I came up under as a kid and met in prison when I went to prison, because I seen them in the streets and I met them in prison. They was dope fiends. They held me down. They held me down more than these suckers. More than these dudes that's talking about now they Ola, they this, they that, and they the brother. The dope fiends and the crackheads, they held me down more than them. They held me down more than them. Just being honest. I'm just being honest. You could rely on the dope fiends in jail, especially if you had the bag. Especially if you had the bag. Right? Say I'm capping. I want to see some cap. Put a 1 in the chat if it's facts. If Mikey B is just being honest. Put a 2 in the chat if I'm lying. I want to see some 2s if I'm lying. Them dope fiends, them crackheads, they're going to blow right back up. They waiters all the way up, and they running shit. They running down. They crunching shit in jail. Say I'm lying. Somebody say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Them Spanish dope fiends? Smitty, what up? Salute. Them Spanish dope fiends? Them Spanish dope fiends is crunching stuff in jail. They crunching stuff in jail. They crunching stuff in prison. Say I'm capping. They running down on these fake homies, these fake dudes. They running down for the bag. They coming to get the bag. They dead end dudes on the bag. You might got to cap them. They taking the bag. They going to tell you whatever. They coming to get it. Say I'm capping. I want to see that. I'm looking at the chat. Fresh to Billy, what up? I'm looking for it. I'm looking to see where I'm capping. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Right? Even the dudes that I found out later when I came home, they telling their stories. They telling their stories about using that stuff. Some of the best people, Huey P. Newton, the founder of the Black Panthers in California, was defeated by a demon called crack. Some of our mothers, aunts, uncles were defeated by a demon called crack, right? Just being honest. We still loved them. We still respected them, right? And I'm telling you, some of my OGs, the real official ones, that's going to hold you down through whatever that held me down against other people, against police, against whoever was on those drugs, had these drug habits, had these heavy problems. You know what I'm saying? Did I turn my back on them because they was on high? No. What did we learn from the Black Panthers? I just talked about Huey. Huey was on drugs before he died. The founder of the Black Panthers was on crack. Right? Check it out. Huey revolutionized the pimps, the pushers, the gangsters, and revolutionized them. All them dope fiends, all them cokeheads, he bring them in. What was Malcolm X before he turned Muslim? Before he turned NOI? Malcolm X was a dope fiend too. He was messing around. What was his name? Red? What was his name? Red? His pimp name. The Nation of Islam revolutionized the crackheads, the pimps, and the thugs. That's what these organizations did for us. They brought us out of those states of darkness. They got those demons off of us. So what? We could be good people in our communities. This is what they taught us. They didn't turn their back on the dope fiend or the crackhead. They helped them beat that demon. They helped them beat that demon off of them. Right? Detroit Red, exactly. Dope fiend pimp, Malcolm X, came out to be one of the strongest voices in America in the 60s in the revolution that was taking place. Right? Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Let's skip. I'm going in now. Now I'm transitioning. This is called a transition right here. I'm transitioning like a DJ right now. Them dope fiends and them crackheads from the first generation, they spanked y'all boys. Let's get to that. Let's talk about that. Them dope fiends and them crackheads spanked them nations. Easy. Light work. The rat OG Mac, once he unified the people, the guards jumped in. The guards got on board. The Muslims, the neutral dudes. Once he organized the black people under that blood, under the name of blood, it was over. It was over before it started. Dope fiends, mooks, like y'all said, in the mook house. We've been up here talking about the mook house, but guess what? Them dope fiends and them mooks and them crackheads spank y'all boys easy. Spank. Spank y'all boys easy. Give me 1 minute.
Individual at
I'm on real time.
Department of Corrections.
Matter of fact, don't give me a minute.
This call is subject to recording and
Y'all,
monitoring.
I'm on real time.
Incarcerated individuals.
I get jail calls. That's right. I got money on my phone. I'm on real time. Free the people.
Press 1 to refuse. Preventing suicide is.
I'm on real time.
If you have concerns during this call,
I'm on real time. That's how real it is. Doing it live.
To communicate with them. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Yo, what up? I'm on live. All right, go ahead. Say something. I'm on live right now. Say something.
Yo, what's up? This is New York Nick. I'll be back in a minute.
Free New York Nick. You know what I'm saying? This is what we doing, you heard? I'm on real time. I'm on real time. I got money on my phone. I got stamps on my JPay. Just being honest. I'll be reaching out to the peoples, send them some reflections. You know what I'm saying? Send them a couple dollars. Just the reality of my life. You heard? Still tapped in. Still got money on my phone. Still make sure money on my phone. So they need to call and talk to a real one. I'm here. Let's get back. Yo, City Bama, what's up? Salute. Let's get back to the crackheads and the dope fiends, though. The crackheads and the dope fiends made y'all look embarrassed, y'all. Fast. And the rats. And we got a lot of first generation rats. The rats, the dope fiends, and the crackheads and the mooks ran through the whole New York. Took over the whole New York. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. It wasn't just them. I'm going to get to that in a second. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm lying. Put a 2 if we ain't take over New York and the East Coast. Put a 1 in the chat if it's true. Put a 2 if I'm lying. Took over the whole New York prison system and the East Coast. Go ahead. I see it too. I want to see some numbers. Don't be in here not saying nothing. Say something, because y'all be talking. I'll be hearing everybody giving out their spills. Say something. Say something. Say something. Say something. Took over the streets, all these different cities. Took over the streets in all these different cities. Dope fiends, crackheads, mooks, rats. A lot. Not all. It was some real rights in there too. The real rights was in the building too. Don't get it twisted. Real rights was in there. Real rights was a part of that regime. Real rights was a part of that movement. Don't get it twisted. They wasn't the only ones. They had the backing and the support of the people. They had the backing and the support of the rosters, of the neutral dudes from upstate, from Brooklyn and the Bronx and Queens. I'm going to get to that in a second, though. I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to get to that in a section when we talking about sanctions. Because I'm going to talk about sanctions, too, in this live. That's coming up next. But you know, I'm a good DJ. I make good transitions. I'm going to show y'all the transition. The dope fiends spanked you boys in New York. Spanked New York's prison system. Spanked 12 everybody. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you know a dope fiend that spanked 12. Well, hold on. I got to type. Let me put my 1. I know a few dope fiends that did it. So I'm going to put a few ones. I know a few dope fiends. I'm going to cover all of them. I'm going to call them Spank Barbie, Roscoe, whatever you want to call them. 12. The mooks too. I know a couple. I'm going to put some ones in the chat for the mooks that got busy with 12. I know a few of them. I know a few mooks that got busy with 12 too. So I'm going to put them in the chat too. Let me see some tools or something. If I'm capping, let me see some tools. If I'm capping, let me see some tools. If I'm capping, let me see some tools. If I'm capping, just let me see some tools. Just saying. I don't care who put them. We ain't blocking you. I ain't timing you out because you put a tool. If that's how you really feel, put your tools in there. It's 93 in the building. I don't care if 93 tools is in the building. I don't care. Just let me know if I'm telling the truth or I'm lying. Because I don't want to be up here capping. I'm wasting my time. I don't want to be up here capping. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting your time. Right? So now, the dope fiends and the crackheads spanked the system. Spanked the whole system of New York. The other gangs, 12, everybody. And the rats too, because there was a few rats. It's a few rats. It's a few legendary rats that was in this pack too, you heard? A few rats. And some soft dudes too. It was some straight buns. It was these dudes, and y'all knew it. Y'all was just scared because he had a crew behind him. Son is soft. Son right there, you was talking to your man. Yo, listen, son only be doing that because he blood and he know he got 30 dudes behind him. And if I do anything to him, all the homies is gonna move. Put a one in the chat if I'm lying. You knew he was soft. You let him talk all that shit to you. You let him take the phone. You let him not get. You ain't get on the phone because you ain't let him get on the phone, and you knew he was soft. Tell Bad Mikey he's lying. I just want to see the lies. I want to see the untruths. I want to see the untruths. I see 1, 2 from the same person. I see 1, 2 from the same person. Right? I see 1, 2 from the same person. So the dope fiends, y'all let the dope fiends, the crackheads, and the rats take over New York's prison system. Right? In the name of Ola. In the name of blood. Right? In the name of blood. OG Mac lied, mixed the books up. This is the transition, y'all. You heard? This is the transition. OG Max lied, cooked the books, told us a bunch of garbage, right? He told us a bunch of garbage, but it still worked. But it still worked. Why did it work? Why did it work? Why did it work? Why did it work? I'm just asking. Why did it work? Why was OG Mac able to tell all these lies that anybody that read the book can tell? Of course, New York, we didn't really know nothing about gangbanging. That was a West Coast thing. That Blood and Crip thing was a West Coast thing. We ain't know about that. Just being honest. I got a dog tattoo on my chest that I got in 1994. Homie see me coming up to visit. Dizzy see me coming up to visit in HDM in 1996. He said, "You dog?" I said, "What the fuck is dog?" You know what that shit is? Am I dog? He seen a dog tattoo. I don't got no burns. I never burned myself. I was never dumb enough to let a dude burn me. He seen a dog tattoo on my chest that I had since 1994 that I got in Green Correctional Facility. I got this tattoo in Green Correctional Facility. So I ain't know what that was. Dizzy came to me and asked me what a dog was. You dog? I said, dog? I said, what you mean dog? What you talking about? He said, you blood? I said, blood? I said, what you talking about in my blood? You. And then he just left me alone. He stopped asking me. But am I dog? But he seen it in me. Not long after that, I was dog. I was blood. Shortly after that, I left HDM and turned blood. Shortly after that. Right? But at that time in population, in 2 Block, when I had that phone, I was just neutral Mikey B. Yeah, my name was Mikey B before I ever turned Ola. That wasn't a blood thing for me. But all these things was just meant to be. It was my path. I already had a dog tattoo. My name was already Mikey B, and I wasn't blood. It was just like the stars lining up for me to be a part of the Ola Nation, right? It was just a part of me being blood. I guess being blood was just in my blood. I'm just being honest. I guess being blood was just in my blood. My name was already Mikey B before I turned blood. Ask the homies. Ask all these old school dudes up here that know me. My name was Mikey B already. When they met me, my name was Mikey B. What are the chances? What are the chances? Right? What are the chances of that? I got a dog tattoo. My name is Mikey B. I get super busy. I already helped the homies before I met these dudes. I was already helping the homies. This is the transition. This is the transition right here. OG Mac. Once he came to the people in the name of blood, once he came, true, false, fake paperwork or not, once OG Mac came to the people in the name of blood, in the name of black revolution in America, it was over. That resonated with us. We was right for revolution. The stars was in alignment. And I know what the Latin Kings and Netas was doing. Even if they wasn't doing to me, I watched what they did to other people. I helped other people against them before I turned blood. So we all knew what was going on in the state. We all knew what the Netas and Latin Kings were doing. We all knew that. My time in the state, just being honest. Let's get back to blood, though. Once OG Mac came in the name of blood, in the name of revolution, that resonated with us. Once he came in the name of the Black Panthers, of Huey P. Newton, George Jackson, once they started feeding us that information and we tapped in with the bloodline, it was over. We blood by birthright. What you mean? Y'all up here talking this East Coast, West Coast shit. Blood ain't no gang shit. Blood is not no gang shit. We using it for gang stuff in America, but blood is not gang shit. Why you think I put Geronimo Pratt, the original Geronimo, in the thumbnail? That's where blood come from. Anytime you pick up a revolutionary flag and you a black person in America, you blood. You become a part of a long line of black revolutionaries, and now you blood. That's what that is. I put Geronimo Pratt in there, the last man standing. Geronimo Pratt was from the South. Geronimo Pratt was from the South. Read the book, The Last Man Standing, by Geronimo Pratt. He was trained by the military. Once he went to the military and he came back to the South, the elders in his community, the bloods in his community, because that's what black people call each other all over America. This is what the Native Americans, young blood, where you think these names came from? This been here. That's a birthright to be blood. What you mean? That's what we called each other. We called each other blood. Yo, what you doing, young blood? That came from the Native Americans that been here on this soil since the beginning of time. West Coast ain't got no rights to that over the East Coast. What you talking about? They don't got no rights to that over the East Coast. It's not theirs. That's a birthright for black people that pick up any flag of revolution. What you talking about? I was taught by the best. Real Black Panthers. Did 50 years. Some died in prison. All of them taught me. I know what I'm saying is facts. Think about it. Think. Young bloods. Think about Geronimo. Think about the Native Americans. They went by blood. They knew young blood. You see the movies, Cowboys and Indians, they always called them blood. Think about it. They giving it to you. They giving you the knowledge. We don't want to take the knowledge. They giving it to us. They giving us the knowledge. It's all right there. Blood was before gangs. Blood is not a gang thing. What the gang did was take it and use it against our peoples. The gangs took it and used it against our peoples. Understand that. Understand that. So when these dope fiends, mooks, rats once they took up the flag of blood and took up revolutionary principles and tactics and was got a revolutionary education, they were no longer those things. They were just bloods. They were just brothers fighting against a cause. This is what you must understand. This is what you must see. This is what you're not seeing. This is what you're not hearing because they don't know. Some dudes up here trying to get clicks and views. Some dudes up here trying to get clicks and views and educate you. You can't take a name. You can't. They were saying that shit in Detroit, North Carolina before that shit even started. Coming from the military. They been saying blood. That ain't starting the West Coast. The Native Americans, young blood. Where you think these names? How we know these names? But like I said, once we took up the flag of revolution, it was over. We won. Once he unified the people, let me tell you something. I came home in the beginning of 9/7. But I tell everybody I was blood since 9/6. Just being honest. The homies called me blood in 9/6. I picked up the flag of revolution in 9/6 before I became blood. Whenever I picked that rag up, the oath don't mean nothing. Dudes was banging blood before they became blood. All these neutral dudes, all these brothers that we had, they was blood. The Rastas, the Muslims, the guard bodies that was warring, that picked up the flag of revolution with us as black people. And when I say black, don't get it messed up. I'm talking about Spanish, we all black. I'm just being honest. We all from the same line of slaves. Some of us just got a different pigmentation. Some of them is darker than me. They call themselves Dominican or Puerto Rican, and they darker than me. I got all complexions in my family. My mother's light skinned. You could put her in the Dominican Republic or my brother, and you would think he's Dominican or Puerto Rican. My grandfather, I seen a dude that was straight from Puerto Rico, and he looked just like my grandfather. Different boats, going to different islands, mixing with different people. The Arawaks and the Tainos. I know the history. Just being honest. All of our history. I know all of the history. Once we picked up that flag of revolution, up, then that's when blood was over here in the East Coast. Once we picked it back up, because you got to remember, Malcolm, Martin, and let me tell you something. We are a loving people. We are a caring people. No matter all this fake demon and savage stuff, I just squashed the beef between two 14-year-olds today. Just being honest. We freely let people in to our tribes, to our communities, to our organizations. We got white people that come in the name of blood. That's what we do. That's why we were so easy to enslave, because we were so trusting. We were so loving. That's a good thing. It's not bad, but it's the truth. The same thing the Egyptians taught to the Greeks, they used it. Socrates, Plato, the Egyptians taught Socrates, Socrates taught Plato, Plato taught Aristotle, Aristotle tutored Alexander the Great when he went back and sacked Egypt with the same information that he taught the Greeks a few generations ago. History. Say I'm capping. Say I'm capping. Same thing you see. East Coast becoming a world of revolution. We're using this to better ourselves. Somebody flips it in. Of course, everything that has power, power corrupts. We learn that in the basics. And of course, you have dope fiends, mooks, rats, undesirable people with all this power. We only human. What you expect? Power destroys. They say absolute power corrupts absolutely. Look what we see with all of these white, black people with millions of money in America. Look how they running through our kids, our communities. Look what they doing with the power. They got great businesses, great organizations. They built great structures, but they using that to knock down boys and girls. So who's not going to get corrupt by power? Who's not going to get corrupted? But once you come in these names, once you tap into that energy, once you tap into your ancestry, it's over. It's easy. This is why they want to keep us drunk and high, so we don't tap in. So you don't got a bunch of Malcolms and Martins and running through these neighborhoods and these communities. Everything will be different. Just being honest. Them drugs ain't made here. How they get here consistently every few, they're here every day. They're not made in America, but they all over America. And we already know that who? The CIA gave them to California. Maxine Waters sued the CIA for implementing drugs and guns in the West Coast in California. She's a senator. She was a senator, Maxine Waters. She sued the CIA for doing that. Say I'm capping. Put some blue caps if I'm lying. They put the drugs in our community. What you mean? That was a weapon against our communities, bro. That was a weapon against Black Revolution that was ripe in the 60s. That was against revolution, bro. That was against the uprise of the black and brown man in America, bro. What you mean? Yeah, I ain't think Bad Mikey was gonna be talking about this tonight, huh? Y'all ain't think Bad Mikey was gonna be on this time, huh? These are the facts. These are the facts. We got it. We got it. Anytime we want to use it, all we got to do is unify and tap in, and it's over. And it's over. Once you can revolutionize, let me tell you something. No matter what you say about OG Mac, he was a rat or whatever. Once you can revolutionize dope fiends, crackheads, and the lowest people, once you can revolutionize them against a cause and unite them, then you are tapping into greatness. He tapped into greatness. That's what he did. Of course, some of it was used the wrong way. Of course, some of it was used against our own people. But he tapped in to a well of energy that's there for us. left to us from our ancestors, left to us in our bloodline, left to us. It's a birthright. That shit is a birthright. Y'all see all these kids running around our communities with poo shiesties. All these dudes got on poo shiesties, and it's being used against us. Just like the information that the Egyptians gave to the Greeks was used against them to sack and take over their land. Just like the Native American that helped the European use the information that they was taught to kill a Native American. It ain't no difference. It ain't no difference. It ain't no difference. The object is to keep us down. The Cubans, Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, Rafael Cabrera, they tapped in. They pulled up on there with a boat with 20 people and took over the whole Cuba. They pulled up with a boat with 20 people and guns from America. America supplied them with 50,000, and they took over the whole Cuba. 20 dudes in a boat pulling up on the shore. I know all that history. I'm not these regular dudes on YouTube. I'm being honest. I'm not a fake chief like Hassan Campbell. I'm just being honest. I know all that history. I know all that what's it, Española, Haiti and Dominican Republic. I know all that history. I know the Haitian Revolution. They tapped in. Toussaint, probably saying his name wrong. He tapped in. Him and Bookman. Him and Bookman from Jamaica. They beat the French. They beat the best best military general, European general of the century, of the modern world. Napoleon Bonaparte. Slaves beat him because they tapped in. Toussaint beat the Haitian Revolution. Why do you think they treat the Haitians like that to the day? Why do you think the Haitian is probably the worst country? They broke the back of slavery in the world. The Haitian Revolution broke the back of slavery in the world. Bookman told him, said, all you got to do is take off your chains and you free. All you got to do is take off your chains and you free. When I was in prison, I said, damn, all I got to do is take these chains off and I'm free. I took them shits off. In prison, you heard? I took them chains off. Yo, the show just buffered. This show ain't buffered in months, you heard? Bad Mikey talking these historical facts. This shit's starting to buffer, you heard? They're like, hold up, Bad Mikey, slow down. We on you. Bookman. Every great king has great counsel. Bookman wasn't from Haiti. Bookman was from Jamaica. He was probably a Maroon. From Jamaica. Right? Bookman was from Jamaica. Now all of a sudden I'm buffering. I ain't buffering. Yo, this I got a MacBook Pro. This MacBook Pro ain't buffer like this in months. Huh? a spectrum outage. Yo, what's good? But Bookman, he counseled Toussaint Overture in the fight against Napoleon Bonaparte in the French army. Slaves overthrew all that, got about the country. Take the chains off and you free. What's the chains? The dope. All this nonsense. These are our chains. You say he's from Senegal? I know he came through Jamaica. I know that. I know Bookman came through Jamaica. I'm glad we got some people in here that study, that know the history. You know I know my history. You know we don't play. You know this type of power don't come without tapping in to the ancestry, to the history. You think I'm walking around here with all this power? You hearing my name in the streets because I'm a dummy? Nah, I'm one of those ones. I'm just being honest. Just one of the guys. Just one of those guys. Just one of them. It's a lot. It's more. It's more. Just one of them. Just one of those guys. Let them know. That's what you see. Huey and them tapped in. Huey P. Newton and them tapped in. They revolutionized the gangs, the pimps, and that's written. The dope fiends. They had Chicago. They had houses to get them off dope. They show it in the videos. It's in the documentaries. Yeah, we got them off that. We know that. We know they was here. Just being honest. And without them, Huey in them, what you think Attica came from? New York, Attica rolled for George Jackson. They was tied to their circumstances, and they rolled for George Jackson. That was revolution in America. But they always find a way to try to use our power against us. Use our people against us. Use our resources against us. We got to take off them chains. We got to continue to take off the chains. Yo, Jock in the building, rise up. This is what I'm talking about. Of course, we deaf, dumb, and blind until we get the information, until we get the knowledge, until we get enlightened. The guards used to ask these dudes, who was your enlightener? Who was your enlightener? I'm just saying. My family, they taught me certain things. Not extensive. My mother made sure that as children, we watched the movie Roots. As a child, I didn't understand Roots. I didn't understand the struggle of Kunta Kinte. But I was made to watch it. Your subconscious mind holds this information. It don't forget nothing. When you are mature enough, it's still there. It didn't go anywhere. It was a time I had to tap in. And I did. And I am, and I'm still doing it now. I'm still working. I talked to two 14-year-olds today. I look at them, I see me. What is already connected to the justice system? I want to do right. Don't have the resources. Don't have the motivation. Don't have the people to push him and inspire him. The community resources. You know what I do? I make this resources. I'm going to make it. That's what we're here for. If I make money or not, it doesn't make a difference. I got a job here. We got jobs here. If you ain't hear this nowhere else, you already on Hood Love TV today. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I didn't understand Roots when I first seen it. I didn't understand Roots when I first seen it. My mother told me to sit down and watch Roots. My mother didn't explain the movie to me. She didn't tell me to write a story to see my comprehension level of what I understood about the movie. She just told me to watch it. That's what she knew to do. She knew that was important for me. As a black child being raised in America. She knew that was important, and it was. And it was. As a man, I understood. I never seen Roots again since back then, but I know the whole story because she made sure we watched it. She made sure we knew of Malcolm X and Martin. Blood is just another thing that went wrong. Used against the people. Started with the right things and went all wrong. Always happens. Same thing. You know, history repeating itself. That's all we see is history repeating itself. This is all history repeating itself. I'm just saying, we needed all them echoes. We needed those things. We needed them echoes. We needed certain stuff to motivate us. And maybe once it starts echoing off the walls enough, it echoes in your mind. And it don't leave. It is like a gong ringing a bell and waking your ass up at some point in your life. Just being honest. You see brothers out here doing good things. When I went to prison, all I knew was how to hustle and shoot. Just being honest. I went to prison with no skills. Y'all already know. What up? Javi Top Tiger, salute. What up? You already know. Big Queens in the building. You already know. Big Queens in the building, man. Get that money. Yo, that's all I knew. That's all I knew. But we using these apparatus. We got to get back. We got to stop using this stuff to destroy ourselves. The information, we bring the information to YouTube and we don't use it in a life-giving way. We use it, weaponize it to destroy each other up here. We're supposed to be tapping in and using this to uplift each other, to empower each other. We get this information and we use it to clown each other. Blood, West Coast can't sanction the East Coast. New York, we on our own shit. Just being honest. You can't sanction us. We ain't sanction y'all to use hip-hop. Right? We ain't sanction y'all to use hip-hop. Blood is our birthright. That's not a gang thing. That's in the bloodline. That's the bloodline. Understand that. You can't sanction that. You can't sanction a movement that's bigger than you. The blood diamonds of Africa, they blood in Africa too. Right, right. But it's still there. You cannot take that revolution out of the line. When it's time, everybody gonna stand up. All you need is the right leader, and that's why what? The CIA, the FBI, they said there's never gonna be another black leader because he know he's gonna be able to revolutionize, and we already it's ingrained in us. We soldiers. You seen that. You seen our work. We got legendary work. I don't come up here and glorify no bullshit I did. We got legendary work against the real enemy. I'm just being honest. We got legendary work on the East Coast. I don't know about the West Coast dudes. I know over here, the big homies that y'all talking down about got legendary work against the real enemy. Let's talk about that. I'm just being honest. That's no glorification. Why you think they want to throw these leaders under the jail? You know, some sets, I ain't going to say who or what. Some sets had to do certain things to come home. And it wasn't against Spanish or black people. Let's just put it that way. Just being honest. Yeah? Just being honest. Just being honest. Just being honest. I mean, but there always is a band of leaders. There always is a band of leaders. And the best leaders are able to recruit more leaders. The real leaders can recruit leaders. The Martins, the Malcolms. I be hearing dudes talking reckless about Martin Luther King. I ain't gonna be up here too much longer, y'all. But I be hearing dudes talking reckless about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was one of the toughest dudes I know. He went to the most racist places in America, unarmed, with a Bible. Y'all dudes is so scared, y'all ain't gonna walk up the street unarmed. To the dudes' hood, y'all got beef with up the block. Martin Luther King went all over this country, unarmed, in a fight for black people. I don't know too many people tougher than him. No, it was a good chance he was going to get beat, shot, or ate, or bit by a dog or animal. And jailed. I don't know too many people tougher than Martin Luther King. I definitely wasn't tougher than Martin Luther King. When I was moving around, when I was on dumb stuff, I got it. I used to have it. You know, now my life is different, so you know I move around differently now. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King is one of the toughest black people that ever walked America. Just being honest. He's one of the toughest men that walked in America. Unarmed, going into the teeth of your worst enemy. Who would do that? See, tough is not what you can give. Tough is what you can take. That's what makes you tough. Tough ain't what you can give. Tough ain't what you can do to someone. Tough is what you can take. That's what makes you tough. That's what makes you tough. Just being honest. Jim Stone, what up? You already know, Big Cat salute. I'm just being honest. But I watch dudes talk about how soft he was. You know, how much he didn't do. Malcolm was better than him. Malcolm ain't do none of that stuff that Martin did. He didn't take none of them beatings. Malcolm went to all them places and eventually got shot and killed in one of those places. And he said that. I might not make it with you. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing for those dope fiends and crackheads that y'all come up on the internet and talk about. They got stabbed, cut, beat up by the police. So y'all can come up here on the internet in front, go to prison and live good, talk about y'all the illest dudes in Nebraska. You got the phone, you got the house, and you never did nothing. Them dope fiends and crackheads was the ones that made New York State Prison safe from you, from the booty bandits that was running around. They ran them all out. They made it safe for you. No matter what you say, no matter how you feel. That is the facts. And I'm not saying you ain't have Rastas and Muslims and guards and neutral guys that helped, because they helped too. A lot of those guys, they ate with us. You know, Spanish, and I'm not saying that Spanish too. A lot of those guys caught the new charges with us. A lot of those guys rolled with us, held us down when nobody else would. A lot of those guys. A lot of those guys. They made it so you can front right now on everybody else. They took the stab wounds and the cuts and the new charges, you know what I'm saying, and the beatings and the knocked out teeth. They took all of that so y'all can front on them. So y'all can come on the internet and front on them. They made it safe for y'all. Made it safe for y'all. So, you know, keep coming up here on the internet, enjoying yourself, talking y'all talk. Don't know no real revolutionary principles. Never really had that blood in your eyes. Never really had that revolutionary fight in your heart. You know what I'm saying? But they did. All dope. Imagine what they did if they wasn't high. They did all of that on dope. They did all of that on crack. Like I said, I ain't jacked nothing that, you know, I never jacked nothing that was on that. I never jacked a big homie that I personally knew was messing around with the bag. Where I'm from, we ain't jacked that. Just being honest. Where I'm from, we ain't look up to that. You know what I mean? But knowing what I know now, as opposed to then, that's what the revolution always did. It revolutionized the rest of us and made them our best soldiers, made them our best warriors. Like I said, some of my best OGs that held me down was on drugs. Just being honest. Just being honest. Would I trade them? Would I trade those dope fiends and crackheads for some of these dudes? Hell no. I'll take them any day. I'll take them any day in a situation over these fake individuals. I take them any day. Any day. Any day. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm out, man. Make sure y'all share this live. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to my bro Specs. You heard? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's Mr. Hood Love Mikey B, man. Bad Mikey edition. Y'all know what I do. Let's go. Happy birthday to Specs. Specs the Dawn.
Get lit, he can get lit. Play with the family, you know it's on go. Look at the rich shit lit. Try to run down, you know I'ma throw it. Try to run down, you know I ain't folding. Fuck it. Get to the business and all of these bitches, they know it's a clip. Still in their feelings, they pray and I fail. But watching me win and they hoping I lose. But watching me get it, I'm praying to God that one of you niggas gon' try to jump past so I can roll different. My body is different. Been sitting outside a lot. I told you I'm shitting. I live in the age. Still dropping no work out in Queens. Still getting on living. I'm really with it. Hold up, niggas got quiet and talking the shit that I'm talking. This shit for the gang. Big W are. Trust me, I really be on it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. On the front of the money, I get it, you dummies. I move with them Chris, I be ready to shake. I don't fuck with no niggas that's dropping no breaks. Ain't in it, that shit, I ain't busting no breaks. Gotta stay on my grind, stay focused away. And it's sucking the phone, no mistakes. Put it together and keep it in play. Being with extra, we live every day. And I keep me a hustle, I gotta get patient. Bitch like a pen, she wanna get laid. I don't focus on niggas, they trying to get paid. Bottles are hitting, no fucking no skate. I love for the rocket, but shout out to Jay. Dripping the power, I'm proud every day. These niggas is full shit, they really be fake. I ain't personal shit, my nigga, I'm sorry.
I'm with the game, stay with the blicky. No fly trap, shit is sticky. Always gang, cause niggas be mixy. They don't smoke, you know we get busy. You know that's a fact. I give her that word, she bringing it back. Yeah, I'm with your bitch, she giving me neck. Big W wall, you know what I prep. That's right. You know I'm a stunt, you know I'm a flex. I'm running it up, I'm busting the checks. Niggas be mad, we get to the bag. I'm going hard like Shaq in the pink. I'm getting told like fuck what they think. You wanna win, come fuck with the kids.
I'm feeling too wavy, coming this ocean, baby, you might just drown. I'm the king of my city. You don't gotta tell me, just give me the crown. Niggas is dubs, you ain't real right. Why you coming around? Go right to my circle. Stay out the box, I ain't fucking with squares. You broke, you pop. That's messed up, and I really don't care. I'm feeling like Brett, not Ross. I'm talking my flair. I got 4 shooters, 4 guns, and I'm keeping it fair. 21 in the clip, hollows in it, they coming in pairs. Boom.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Yo, we going over the 9 to 5 better than 25. They got a show coming up. Definitely sliding over there to 9 to 5 better than 25. I think it's 7:30. We gonna slide over there. 7:30, right, Smitty? Y'all already know, man. Happy birthday to my bro Specs. Specs the Dawn, you heard?
What's going on, DBN? Hey, what up? Y'all already know it's Mr. Hood Love Mikey B, man. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, streets of hip hop. What's up, Salute to everybody in the building. Salute to y'all. I see y'all coming in. That's that wrong route. You already know that's that wrong route.
Throw your hood up, we connected with this hood lot. 5 Jeeps, only real rights when we pull up. Sub-Zero, Cocaine City, we on the come up. Mikey B held it down. Research, look it up. And I'm in these streets. If it's beef, I'ma cook them up. They get online, drink a bottle when they get top. You see him in these streets, walk down and them niggas bluff. You ain't standing on business. I can feel it in my head.
This is for my nigga, he had visions on that hood love. I told him when he touch me, he into it, turn the hood up. I choose love, cause they gon' have me riding on you busters. No Diddy, it ain't nothing to get right up on you suckers. We still hunting, look, it's nothing to push buttons. Got this wrong route, chat at the light, no more talking, we on it. Blockers got a twist and use caution, cause I can go back to them days when I was.
You got my name. Yo, the fuck up, you pussy nigga. Yo, no, you smell like I got that. Get up that shit. I cut that nigga. You a pussy.
I got Dizzy in the yard. You said you on me. So you say you arming homos, nigga?
That's that wrong route. You already know that's that wrong route right here.
I get love in my hood, niggas treat me like Bumpy Johnson. Be careful how you speak, better move like you got some caution. You coming flossing, niggas strip you down to the Jordan. It's just a warning, it's her love if you can relate. You pay the rap, tell him to get some cheddar to make. Then you set the trap, niggas are snitching to get the cake. Don't come around, repping you knowing your shit is fake. My hood, niggas ain't showing love to a fucking snake. I got love for my hood, so they give it back. When you real and give real, you gon' get it back. Bitch, that below deep love, better remember that. If you a op, I got some shooters that'll bang your back. Coming out the east, I'm from New York, it's really sections. I can make it buck, I got a Milwaukee making exes. Real player, keep it ballin' with the rock Anthony Edwards. You ain't claiming where I'm from, you gotta earn it, really pleasure.
That's that wrong route. You already know that's that wrong route right here. Mikey B.